routine, a constant repetition of habit. Taken as a whole, it's painful and tiresome, wearisome, and sorrowful, which is the lot of most of us. And to escape from that, we turn to belief, to rituals, to knowledge, to amusements, to politics, to activity. Any form of escape from our daily, tiresome, boring routine. These escapes, whether it is political or religious, must in their very nature likewise become tiresome, routine, habitual. Because we move from sensation to sensation. And ultimately, all sensation must be boring, must be tiresome. As our lives are mostly the response from physical centers, and as they have caused disturbance, pain, we try to escape from them and into what we call religion, into spiritual realm. Now, as long as we are seeking a sensation in any form, it must eventually lead to boredom. Because one is perfect. One gets tired of it. Which is again an obvious fact. The more sensations you have, the more tiresome at the end. The more boring, the more habitual. And is religion a matter of sensation? Religion being the search of reality, the discovery, the understanding, or the experiencing of the highest. Is that a matter of sensation, a matter of sentiment, a matter of feeling? And to most of us, religion is a set of beliefs, dogmas, rituals, organized formula of belief and so on, in which there is the constant repetition of certain rituals, certain formulas. If you examine those, you will see again the outcome of the desire for sensation. You go to churches or temples or the mosque, and you repeat certain phrases. You indulge in certain ceremonies. They're all stimulating. They give you a certain kind of sensation. And one is satisfied with those sensations, giving them a noble name, but they're essentially sensations. And one is caught in those sensations. One likes those impressions, the feeling of being good. And repetition of certain prayers and so on. But essentially, if one goes into it deeply and intelligently, one finds that they are basically sensations. And though each sensation may have a different expression, give you a sense of newness, they are essentially sensational, and therefore ultimately boring, tiresome, habitual, habit-formed. So obviously, religion is not ceremony. Religion is not dogma. Religion is not the continuation of certain tenets or dog beliefs inculcated from childhood. Whether you believe in God or you don't believe in God does not make you a religious person. Belief does not make you a religious person, surely. The man who throws an atomic bomb and destroys in a few minutes thousands and thousands, he may believe in God. And the person who leads a dull life and who also believes in God, surely they are not religious people. Or the person who does not believe in God. Surely, therefore, belief has nothing to do with the search of reality, which is religion, and the discovery and the experiencing of that reality directly. It is the experiencing of reality that is religion. And it does not lie through any organized religion, through any church, through any knowledge, either Eastern or West. It is that capacity to experiencing directly, to experience directly, that which is immeasurable, which is not to be put into words, and that cannot be experienced so long as we are escaping from life which we have made it so dull, so empty, so a matter of routine. And life has become a matter of routine, which is relationship, has become a matter of routine, because inwardly there is no creative intensity. Because inwardly we are poor. Therefore outwardly we try to fill that emptiness. Through religion, through amusement, through knowledge, through various forms of excitement. And that emptiness, that inward poverty, can only come to an end when we cease to escape. And we cease to escape when we are no longer seeking sensation. Then we are able to face that emptiness. That emptiness is not different from us. We are that emptiness. As I was discussing yesterday, thought is not different from the thinker. The emptiness is not different from the observer who feels that emptiness. The observer and the observed are a joint phenomenon. And when you experience that directly, then we will find that thing which we have dreaded as emptiness, which makes us escape into various forms, including religion. They cease, and we are able to face it and be that. It is because we are not capable of understanding the significance of escape. How these escapes have come into being. And we have not examined them, gone into them fully. And because we have not done it, escapes have become much more significant, much more meaningful than that which is. Because the escapes have conditioned us. And because we have escaped, we are not creative in ourselves. And it is only when there is creativeness in us that is the experiencing of that reality constantly, not continuously. So there's a difference between continuity and experiencing it from moment to moment. That which continues decays. That which is being experienced from moment to moment has no death, no decay. If we can experience something from moment to moment, it has vitality, life. If we can meet life anew all the time, then in that there is creativity. But to have an experience which you desire to continue, in that there is decay. Don't you know so many people who have had some kind of pleasurable experience, and they want that experience to continue. So they go back to it. They revive it. They look at it. They long for it. They are miserable that doesn't continue. And therefore there is a constant decaying process in that, a rotting process. Whereas if there is an experiencing from moment to moment, there is a renewal. It is that renewal that is created. And you cannot have that renewal, that creative alone, if our mind is occupied and caught in escape and in those things that we have taken for granted. That's why one has to re-examine the whole set of values that we have gathered. And one of the main gatherings in our life is so-called religion, which is so organized. And we belong to these various organized religions, or groups, or sects, or societies. Because it gives us a certain sense of security. To be identified with the largest organization is satisfactory. Or to the smallest. It's only when we are capable of re-examining all these influences which are conditioning us, which help us to escape from our own boredom, from our own emptiness, from our own lack of creative responsibility and creative joy. It's only when we have examined them and come back and having put them aside, face that which is, then only, surely, we are capable of really going in to the whole problem of what is true. Which means, in doing that, there is a possibility of self-knowledge. This whole process is self-knowledge. And so when there is knowledge of one's own process of thinking, feeling, acting, action, then there is a possibility of thinking rightly. We cannot think rightly to be free from the process of thought. And to be free, one must know oneself. Therefore, self-knowledge is the beginning of wisdom. And without self-knowledge, there can be no wisdom. There can be knowledge, sensation. But sensation is soon wearisome.